Good morning. I'm going to tell you the best hack of life that I've had so far. I wish I had it earlier in my life, but it's okay. There's always a reason, right? Beschert. Best hack. Ready? Every life, all of us, comes with some pain, but that's good because here's the hack. Whatever the pain is, physical, a relationship breakup, a death in the family, a sickness to yourself or to others, whatever it is, here's what you have to do if you want the best outcome. You're not the first person. Everybody's gone through it, okay? And you're not so unique, and you have the same brain as most people. It's almost exactly the same. Listen, instead of wallowing in your pity, you have to catch it immediately, nip it in the bud, and use it as fuel immediately. All of it. You have to think of it as fuel too. In your mind, thinking of the thing as fuel, it changes the neurons in your brain. And then when the next painful thing comes, it just makes you stronger because your brain thinks it's fuel, like food. And then you're literally eating the pain, using it for success, however you define that, for a healthy way of living, for anything you want, for working out. You see, all you're doing is taking painful experiences in your life, which you will have, and you're reframing them in your mind into a healthy pathway or building a healthy pathway. And you could do this even if you haven't done it for many years, because the brain has elasticity. They've proven that you could build new neurons or change neurons that are already in your brain that have been firing for years, could still be changed. And what you want to do is simply take pain and reframe it into a railroad that you're going to build that's going to take it and deliver it as ATP into your cells, energy, like glucose. What's wrong with that? It's very organic. But who says that when you eat ice cream, it has to be energy? Well, it is. All food turns to glucose. So why shouldn't a feeling as well? Listen, I'm no biologist, but I'll tell you this much. It's much better than wallowing in yourself, isn't it? And this whole victimhood nonsense that I see with people. I know people get stuck. I know people, and then what happens? You get gaslighted, and people tell you you're crazy. All because you allow it. Don't allow it. When the person, first of all, you shouldn't be so attached to what people think. We know that. But let's say you fail at step one. But also let's say it's a real pain, like a tragedy in your life, a trauma that you're going to have. You're going to have. But it doesn't have to be. You decide what your victimhood is like. You decide that. I'm giving you a good way to decide it. And this is not some freaking weird way. Here's the way. You ready? Here's the dumbbell. When you have a painful experience, pick up the dumbbell, okay? And then say, oh, that hurt. Why did they say that? Oh my God, I can't believe they said that. You know what? My foot, I can't believe I got to get surgery for my foot. I don't know. What am I going to do? Woe is me. And look, the pain is turning into muscle. You see? You don't have to sit in an office with someone to tell you this, some BS that they're going to tell you anyway. There's nothing to tell you. Here's your answer. It's a dumbbell, okay? Also, if you don't have a dumbbell, you can use these. They're called legs. And start walking and running. Your mind, I'm promising you think there's no way out. You think there's no escape. The worst traps are not a cell. No. The worst traps are in your mind. And And there's all types of traps that you could get yourself into and others could get you into. You know, you look, I do financial fraud and corruption, right? I'm a forensic CPA, and I see people trapped. I see people that are guilty and they're trapped. And I got them. I got them 10 ways to Sunday. And it doesn't matter if they're found guilty in court or if anything actually happens to them externally, but there is something happening to them. It's in their mind. They have to get out. They're trying to escape through lying and saying they're innocent, but they're not. But there's another way for them to escape. I'm always giving the advice to the enemy, right? Listen, I don't want you to be a criminal. I don't. The answer is simple. Stop hurting people and stop hurting yourself. Be honest and true to yourself. You see, the problem is not the crimes that the people have done in the past. The problem is that they continue to do the crimes. That's the problem. If you, criminal, have painful experiences in your life, if you're being a cynic because somebody did something else to you, then go back to my step one and then use that pain as fuel to be healthy and to do healthy things, not to be a cynic and hurt other people. You see how the two are combined? You know, there's a thin line between a hero and a villain, or an anti-hero. What do they call that? The anti-hero, like Deadpool and stuff. You know, everything's a thin line. You see, I understand the criminal. I understand the enemy, not because I am one, but because this is what I do for a living. And I had to. And I've also spoken to many, more than most people will their whole life, and I mean real ones. I have a unique knowledge of a lot of things in life. I really do. A unique psychology. Listen, I know we're all not getting out of here alive. That's for sure. So I have a kinship with every human, including the criminals. And so do you. And I with you. We're fighting the same battle. Existential dread. We all got it. So on the way there, don't hurt anybody. Try to find your own answers. Maybe find some delusional meaning. Like me, I think meaning is a great way to go. Okay, if you're going to be delusional, have some meaning in your life. Don't hurt anybody. Don't hurt yourselves. And find the truth for other people. You see, finding the truth just for yourself is not enough. If you get good at that, you have to find it for other people and help other people expose their truth so that they could live in freedom and so that they could live looking for other truths and helping other people. And it has a ripple effect. Truth is expensive, and we need you. We need you to help other people, to expose the corruption, to expose fraud,